Hello everyone. Has a May 2021 RTP question number 15 on financial guarantee bothered you? If yes, then this video is for you. This is Bhavik Chokshi over here, and we would be doing a very quick session on question number 15 pertaining to financial guarantee of Ind AS 109, which has come in the May 2021 RTP. So, what is the accounting for a financial guarantee, and what is a financial guarantee in the first place? A very quick overview. What happens in case of a guarantee? Well, in case of a guarantee, there is, let us say, a bank who is, let us say, the lender. There is, let us say, the borrower. Let us say it is an article like you, Mr. X, who wants to take a loan. Now, if the bank were to give you a loan, with all due respect, bank would say, "Kyari, article hai, there is probably a high chance that this person might default." Let us say your friend or your parents are fairly established and they are encouraging you to take a bold step. Now the cost of borrowing is very high for you. So let us say the bank says, okay, I'll give you a loan, but as you would be aware, the bank is taking a very high risk when it gives loans to, let us say, a C article, in which case bank is charging you a 15% rate of interest. You want a loan, let us say, for 3 years. Apan bolte ke we will set up our own practice, we want a startup, we have an idea, whatever it is. The bank is ready to give you a loan at the rate of 15% for a period of 3 years. Now, bank is taking a much higher risk, because if you don't earn enough, you will not be able to repay the loan, and hence that's a high risk for a bank. So let us say the amount of the loan is 100 rupees and the coupon rate is 15% and the term is, let's say, 3 years for simplicity. Now what happens is your friends or your parents, let us say, are fairly established and they are ready to give a guarantee. They are saying that, okay, the bank is worrying that if the person does not pay the loan, then what? So we give a guarantee to the bank that in case the borrower, let us say Mr. X, defaults, then a guarantee is given whereby, let us say, someone called as a surety, let's say Mr. Y or Y Limited as a case, maybe will repay. Now Mr. Y has really good credit rating, very good relationships with the bank, and as a result, does the risk for the bank increase or reduce? What do you guys think? Does the risk for the bank increase or reduce? Sir, wo reduce hoga, and hence the banker is ready to revise the rate. The banker says, okay, I'll give you this loan at the rate of 10%, largely because of this guarantee. So when we look at the books of the borrower, in the books of the borrower, loan is a financial liability, nothing much over here, which will be accounted using amortized cost principles. However, in the books of Mr. Y, who has given the guarantee, probably in a fair transaction, Mr. Y will also get some guarantee commission. So like banks, when they give letter of credit, if you are aware, then the banks also charge some commission for giving a guarantee. In a similar way, directors, sometimes when they give guarantee for the company, they also charge a guarantee commission. In a similar way, Mr. Y may charge a commission, may not charge commission, depending on the relations. So irrespective of that, how will the accounting happen in the books of Mr. Y? Well, remember, in this there are two possibilities. It can be Ind AS 37, which is the general standard for liabilities, or Ind AS 109. Well, if I look at Mr. Y's books, does Mr. Y have a contractual, not statutory, not constructive, but a contractual obligation to deliver cash? Yes. Is this contractual obligation contingent? Well, yes, probably it is contingent, but does it have a contractual obligation? Well, yes. And as a result, there is a contractual obligation to deliver cash in case the borrower defaults, which means it goes under financial liabilities. Sir, हमने तो देखा ये सब Ind AS 37 में जाता है. Well, Ind AS 37 will have items like court cases, for example, which get resolved. So this is a statutory obligation. Or it might have, let us say, warranty, which is for repairs. It's a contractual obligation to repair, not a contractual obligation to deliver cash. And hence they go under Ind AS 37. However, a financial guarantee, that is an obligation to deliver cash in case the debtor defaults, will squarely fall within the purview of Ind AS 109. So यहाँ पे अपने को क्या in the books of Y क्या आएगा? Well, there will be a financial guarantee and hence it will be covered under Ind AS 109 principles. Now in Ind AS 109, broadly speaking, financial liability. So this is a financial liability under Ind AS 109, and financial liabilities are accounted as per two ways. It can either be financial liabilities, can either be amortized cost or fair value through the profit and loss account. There are around 6 items which Ind AS 109 has specifically given, which will be under fair value through profit and loss account. One of them, if you are aware, is a financial guarantee. So items which are under FVTPL at initial recognition will be recognized at fair value. Usually, if you are aware, transaction price is the fair value. However, जैसे transaction price यहाँ पे होगा, let us say the guarantee commission charge. Let's say Mr. X is paying a guarantee commission of let's say 30 rupees or 20 rupees to Mr. Y. So Mr. Y के books में entry आएगा bank account debit to let us say guarantee liability or financial guarantee as the case may be. However, if Mr. X is not paying anything, probably because there is a holding subsidiary relationship, employer-employee relationship, कुछ भी हो जाए, then there is some hidden element which we will have to figure out. You would have done multiple problems on these lines under Ind AS 109, but it has to be recognized at fair value, and unless given otherwise, we usually take the fair value in this chapter as the present value of future cash flows. Usually you find the fair value as per Ind AS 113 principles, but for the purpose of this discussion and this chapter, usually we can say that the value of an asset or a liability today will be the present value of future cash flows. Sir, kaun se cash flows? How will you find the fair value at initial recognition? Well, for a guarantee, we would say that what is the fair value of the guarantee? Because of the guarantee, did Mr. X get some benefit? Did Mr. X get some benefit? Sir, well, probably yes, because the coupon, had there been no guarantee, would have been 15. Now the coupon is 10. So the benefit attributable to guarantee. So your cash, for let us say, your coupon without guarantee would be, let us say, 15 rupees in year 1, again 15 rupees in year 2, again 15 rupees in year 3. With the guarantee, has your coupon remained the same? Well, no. The coupon has actually fallen. Your principal repayment is still 100. You have taken a loan of 100, you have to repay 100. However, the coupon is 10, 10 and 10. Ultimately, if you go to see at the end of year 3, दोनों जगह पे you have to repay 100. However, the benefit due to guarantee, we can say that a cash outflow avoided is like a cash inflow. We say that the value of an item will be the present value of the cash flows, but a cash outflow avoided is like a cash inflow, and cash outflow worth 5 rupees is avoided in year 1, 5 rupees in year 2, 5 rupees in year 3, nothing on the principal as such. And hence, if I were to find the fair value of the guarantee, that is nothing but the cash outflow avoided. Acha, so can I say it is 15 rupees? 15 rupees ignores the value of time. And as a result, we will have to find the present value, and this is where you will face another problem. What is the value of time in reality? Well, for the borrower, in reality, the value of time is 10% or 15%. Well, it should ideally 15%. 10% to guarantee ke wajah se hua, there is some hidden guarantee. But if I were to look at the pure arrangement, then for Mr. X, for every 1 rupee, the real cost for Mr. X is 15%. And as a result, the value today is the present value of future cash flows, and the value of time as such, independent of any kind of guarantee, for an entity, let us say, is 15%. ये तो उसके साथ अपन ने guarantee club कर दिया, इसके लिए कम हुआ. But let us say value 15%, and hence, in line with the institutes working as well, you will take the discounting factor at the rate 15%, that is the rate of interest had there been no guarantee. Sir, ऐसा हमने पहले पढ़ा है. हाँ, you might have done various problems, like there must be a question in embedded derivatives which involves, let us say, a prepayment, where when you try to find the present value, you take the discount rate had there been no prepayment option. Your favorite topic, compound financial instruments. In that, when we want to find the value today, we take the present value of future cash flows had there been no no conversion option. In a similar way, the value today had there been no guarantee. So you can take the annuity factor as well. So over here the cash flows remain constant. So you can either take 1 divided by 1.15 or you can take the present value annuity factor. चलो अपन लंबा मेथड करते हैं, इंस्टीट्यूट ने लंबा मेथड किया. We will actually do a shorter method. This is 0.8696, 4 decimals, round off the last number, 0.7561, 0.6575. And if I were to find the fair value today, which means this is the amount of guarantee commission that one should ideally charge, the fair value today would be the present value of all of these items, that is 5 into 0.8696 m plus, 5 into 0.7561 m plus, and 5 into 0.6575 m plus, and memory recall, that is 11.42 roughly. Alternatively, you can also calculate this as 5 into the present value annuity factor at the rate of 15%. यहाँ पे आपको ध्यान रखना है, had the discount rate had there been no guarantee for a period of 3 years. So this is 1 divided by 1.15, 1, 2, 3, and the total, this is 2.2832, roughly same number आना चाहिए. So this is 5 into 2.2832, that's 11.42, exactly the same number. Okay, fair enough. So a financial liability which is a guarantee should initially be recognized, or any other financial liability for that matter should be recognized at fair value. Okay, but यहाँ पे याद रखो डबल एंट्री होना चाहिए. Had the guarantee commission being 11.42, life is set. Journal entry in the books of Y, for example, would be bank account debit because Y will receive the guarantee commission to, let us say, financial guarantee. However, what if there is no guarantee commission? Then you will have to find a reason. Well, probably it may happen that this is a company Y Limited and this is a company X Limited. X is a newly formed subsidiary of Y, and hence because it is a subsidiary, अपना खुद का बच्चा है, because it is a subsidiary, Y is not charging any guarantee commission. Where will this go? Y के books में entry तो pass करना पड़ेगा. In the books of Y at year 0, in the books of Y, where will it go? Well, at year 0, on the date of guarantee, there is no bank account debit, but there will be two financial guarantee, initial recognition at fair value. Transaction seems to be happening off market terms, not at market terms. Debit क्या करेंगे? Well, ideally, I would have charged 11.42 from my subsidiary, but subsidiary तो बच्चा है, उसके पास pocket money कुछ नहीं है. Then it will go crying to its parent and it will say, I will have to pay 11.42, please give me some money. So the parent will as such give an investment, and using that investment I can pay 11.42. Rather than going through this entire channel where the subsidiary goes to the parent, takes an investment of 11.42, uses that money to pay for the guarantee commission, parent might say that, well, rather than all of that, I will not charge you. Which means rather than first investing and then charging a guarantee commission, I am indirectly investing money in my subsidiary. And as a result, this will appear as investment in subsidiary. That is investment in X at 11.42. Sir, investment कैसे? अच्छा, investment नहीं, तब Y को debit करो, X को debit करो. If I debit X to the readers of the financial statements, I would say that I have some money due from X. As a matter of fact, do I have any money due from X? Answer is no. And as a result, I cannot create a receivable in my books. I cannot book this as an expense as well. So what do? Well, I show this as an investment that I've made, as a matter of fact, which is because of the holding subsidiary relationship and the parent invests in the subsidiary. This transaction is happening. ठीक है. Now we'll breathe a sigh of relief. अपन बोलते चलो जान छूटा, जान नहीं छूटा, अभी अपना जान में जान आना चाहिए. So over here you will go to the initial recognition, and then if it is FVTPL, at every subsequent balance sheet, at what value are you going to recognize it? Well, you are going at every subsequent balance sheet, you will try to recognize this at the fair value. And how do you calculate fair value? Again, the same way. You calculate the fair value at the present value of future cash flows. Institute has done it slightly differently. If you have referred the RTP, we will do it slightly differently. We will always get the same answer up to the right last decimal. nevertheless. So यहाँ पे subsequent recognition is to be at fair value. चलो initial recognition तो हमने किया. Subsequent recognition, let us say you are going at year 1. What does the standard mention? In case of a financial guarantee, initial recognition will be based on fair value, that is the present value of interest savings due to the guarantee. So if I were to look at, just a second, if I were to look at, एक काम करते हैं यहाँ पे अगर अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स लिखे, फाइनेंशियल गारंटी, initial recognition which will be based on the fair value is nothing but the present value of interest savings or cash flow savings due to guarantee discounted at the rate the discount factor had there been no guarantee. Rate without guarantee. Achha, at every subsequent recognition, guarantee is one of those items which is recognized at FVTPL. So subsequent recognition is not at amortized cost. Subsequent recognition is using FVTPL. And how do you calculate fair value? Well, the fair value is calculated as the higher, yes, the higher of subpoint A. Higher of what? Well, we will say the fair value which is again based on that same principle, that is present value of the remaining cash flows. Sir, वो तो हमने calculate किया ना? No, as time passes, the borrower keeps on paying 1 cash flow. In which case, initially we said, chalo, we are bearing the risk that we might, if the borrower defaults, have to pay 5, 5 and 5 and then again 100. However, as the borrower keeps on paying 1 cash flow, for example, in the first year it pays off 15 rupees or 10 rupees, जो भी है, तो हमारे सर पे तो ये आने नहीं वाला. Then he comes to the second and then the third. And as a result, you will try to find the present value of the interest savings. Or rather, rightly put in, present value of the remaining interest savings. Present value of the remaining interest savings. Okay. So ideally we should have taken that, but you are now turning a blind eye towards the fact that there might actually be a loss. You might have studied the expected credit loss model and there is a possibility that you might actually be suffering a loss. यहाँ पे तो अपन वही बोल रहे कि भाई गारंटी कमीशन कितना होना चाहिए. If I had to give a guarantee for a loan which is probably having 2 more years, not 3 years, or 1 more years, not 3 years, then how much guarantee commission would have charged? I'm just looking at that. But I'm ignoring the fact that there might actually be an actual loss. So what happens in case there is an actual loss? What are you going to do in case there is an actual loss? So we will try to attach a probability of the default. Like you do in expected credit loss, you will try to attach a probability for default. And you would say that what is the possibility that there can be a default? Because I also have to consider that यहाँ पे तो अपन सिर्फ ये सब guarantee commission देख रहे हैं, but what if there is a default, then I have to pay. Let's say there is a 50% chance on default, then my real liability is 50 rupees. It is wrong to say that my liability is barely 11 or 12 or 13 rupees. It is actually a 50 rupee liability if a default kind of happens. And as a result, you will try to find the loss allowance usually based on the data given in the question. Based on the data given, usually you will be given the loan amount into the probability of default. So if the loan is, let's say, 100 rupees and the probability of default is 2%, then your average provision, जैसे अपन बोलते हैं, for an expected loss that you'll have to create is 2 rupees, but अपना तो उससे काफी बड़ा liability recognize करके रखा है, around 11 or something rupees का probability of default. There can be an alternative way as well. Like in impairment, you have various ways in which you can find this. So over here, we are looking at the loss allowance as the loan amount into the probability of default, and the liability we want to show higher of the two. So if the fair value, this is like roughly speaking, not exactly the case, but like unearned revenue, अपन बोलते हैं if you pay me fees in advance and let's say it's a 3-year course, that will remain as unearned revenue in my books, a liability. However, if I have to pay you a particular amount of money, that should also be considered. So ये जो transaction उसमें दोनों है, there is also a possibility that we might have to pay money, and if that possibility is, let us say यहाँ पे 20% हो जाता है, in which case you would say forget all of this, our actual liability is 100 into 20%, that is 20 rupees. So this is higher of the two, and as a result we will look at this and then solve. So यहाँ पे अपन साल के end पे आते हैं, तो let us say if I want to find the fair value will be the higher of, let's say at the end of the year you will try to find fair value. In our example, fair value which is the higher of, you can take sub point A, the fair value based on the present value of future benefits. 1 year has passed, 2 more years are remaining, and hence if I were to go in the market today and ask someone that will you guarantee a loan which still has 2 more years, well, the first year is already done, so it has 2 more years, then the other party would have said that okay, the guarantee commission that you owe me is 5 rupees into the present value factor for 2 years. No sir, 3 years hona chahiye. Acha, 3 years would have been from year 0. But now 1 year has already gone by. You are at the end of year 1. We have already paid the first year's interest. So if I were to approach someone, jaise marking to market bolte hai, at the end of year 1 and say that give me a guarantee at the end of year 1, how much would he charge? Well, he would charge based on the position at the end of the first year, that is 2 more years remaining. So this is into 1.6257, multiply that, 5 into 1.6257 will come to 8.1285 or 8.13, or you will look at the possibility in this exact case. अपन बोलते हैं कि यार यहाँ पे possible loss allowance भी हो सकता है. So 100 का principle है, and let's say the question tells you there is a 2% probability of default within the coming 12 months. Usually you take the 12-month probability unless it is specifically given otherwise, and since it is within 12 months, generally time value consideration is not done. So you will have 100 into 2%, that is 2 rupees. वैसे it is 100 into 2% into plus 0 into 98%. Technically, अपन जब भी average ले रहे weighted average, if there's a default, you'll have to pay 100 rupees into which has a 2% chance. But if there's no default, well, you as a surety have to pay nothing, which has a 98% chance. Ultimately, that is 2 rupees, let us say. So over here, higher of the two, that is 8.13. And hence in your ledger जो 11.42 था, अभी वो 8.13 पे आना चाहिए. So the journal entry at the end of year 1 will be financial guarantee account debit. Financial guarantee account debit. Let us say to fair value gain, or to let us say the profit and loss account, that is 11.42 minus 8.13. 11.42 minus 8.13. This is 3.29. This is 3.29, and hence your ledger balance comes to 8.13. अच्छा, यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स को थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है. व्हाट हैज द ICAI डन? ICAI ने कान सीधा पकड़ने के बदले उल्टा पकड़ा है. अल्टीमेट आंसर इज द सेम. व्हाट दे हैव डन इज they have actually prepared kind of an amortization table where they have taken year 1, the opening balance, they have taken off the liability as 11.42, effective interest rate they have taken I think at 15%, जो भी था वो जैसे calculate हुआ है, and this is 11.42 less into 15%, that is 1 point, let us say 71, and then less benefits already passed, benefits done is 5 rupees, first year हो गया. And hence that is how they found the closing, and this is where a lot of students have a problem. This process is also called as unwinding. Remember, when you're going from year 0 to year 3, you can do the working, and बीच में year 1 आ जाता है. You can do the working by going from year 0 to year 1, जो ICAI कर रहा है, और from going from year 3 and year 2 back to year 1 जो अपन ने किया है. Ultimately you are reaching at year 1 and your value has to be the same. So if I do this calculation, this is 11.42 plus 1.71 less 5. Do we see 8.13, the exact same number? Your closing has to be 8.13. A lot of students ask a query that, sir, if we are accounting using FVTPL, why is the interest coming? अरे institute के solution में देखो, have they passed an entry for interest? Do you see a journal entry for interest? No, they have not passed. It is just a method of calculating the fair value. They have not recognized any effective interest on the financial guarantee. It is like unwinding. You are going from year 0 to year 1, and hence they have shown this working. If you don't want to do it alternatively, you directly take what the future. 5 rupees in year 2, 5 rupees in year 3 are the benefits into 1 point, जो अपने calculation किया हुआ है, into 1.6257, and you will get exactly the same answer. Are we getting this? Yes? Okay. So this is what ICAI has done. It is not incorrect, but well, there is an alternative method as well. You can take whatever suits you. So you have to take 11.42 down to 8.13. Sorry, interest कैसे आएगा? FVTPL interest institute ने भी नहीं पास किया हुआ है. Institute has also not passed any entry for interest, so please don't think that they have recognized interest, but obviously they want to find the fair value at the end of year 1, so they're going from year 0 to year 1. We are going from year 3 and year 2 back to year 1. Time value concepts. I hope this clarifies. Okay, so ये आपका होता है 8.13, आपका value आ गया. Now let us say we go to year 2. सर सम तो चालू करो. अरे आप ये समझ जाओ, सम आप खुद भी कर दो, कर पाओगे, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. Understand the concept first. So let us say when we look at year 2, the question tells you that now the probability of loss has kind of increased. Probability of loss, let us say, has increased. For example, the probability of loss has gone up to 20% or 15%, as the case may be. Now, if I were to find the fair value is still the higher of sub point A fair value, which is based on the present value of future cash flows. If I were to approach someone at the end of year 2, then he would say that if I were to give you a guarantee for a loan which has just 1 year's remaining, my guarantee will help you save 5 rupees. But that is only for a year. Present value factor at the rate of 15% for 1 year. That is 0.8696 if I am not wrong. Okay. Which is 5 into 0.8696, which is 4.35. However, the guarantee that you have given has a possible loss. वो आपके सर के ऊपर आ सकता है, आपको पूरा 100 रुपया पे करने का. And hence, if you are defaulting, you might have to pay 100 rupees. Let's say you violate conditions and you have to default, you will have to pay 100 rupees. And that 100 rupees, there's a possibility that you'll have to a 20% chance. So over here, this is 20, in which case higher of the two is 20, and you will have to increase. So your ledger shows 8.13, you will have to take it to 20 rupees. यहाँ पे भी अगर आपको 4.35 alternatively institute के तरीके से calculate करना है, under the ICAI method, you would have found this as 8.13, उसके ऊपर at 15%, 8.13 into 15%, that is 1.22, less benefits done, that is 5, so this is 8.13 plus 1.22 less 5, and you get the same 4.35. बराबर, तो ये आपको आ जाएगा. But we have to take it to the higher of the two, that is 20, and hence your journal entry will be P&L account debit to financial guarantee. To financial guarantee. Sir, investment का क्या करेंगे? Well, it remains as it is. Investment is not changed. So over here, this is 20 rupees minus 8.13. So 20 minus 8.13, which is 11.87. And then at the end of year 3, depends. Let us say if the borrower defaults, then हमें पे करना पड़ेगा. If he does not default, let us say we look at a situation, अगर वो default करता है तो हमें पे करना पड़ेगा. If he does not default, let us say if there is no default, which means now the fair value, I'm just doing this fairly quickly, the fair value will be 0. There's no other benefits. There will be no separate loss allowance as well, which means the liability has to come to 0. जो अपने 20 recognize किया था वो reverse करना पड़ेगा. Financial guarantee account debit to profit and loss account. Sir, अगर वो default करता है, then we will have to pay. So our journal entry would be, let us say, हमें पे करने को आता है 100 rupees. Then our journal entry will be, let us say, the borrower account debit to bank 100 rupees. To bank अपना 100 rupees आएगा. Financial guarantee will get reversed as well, and you have a legal right. If you remember in your contract act, in your inter CA, you might have studied the principles of guarantee. You have a legal right to recover the money from the borrower. However, if you believe that borrower is insolvent, पैसा कुछ आने ही नहीं वाला है, then you will take the entire amount to the profit and loss account. If let us say the question tells you we will not be able to recover anything from the borrower, then in case there is an actual default, then your journal entry will be financial guarantee account debit 20, but आपको pay करना पड़ा 100, to bank 100, balancing figure 80 rupees. That is a loss. That is a loss which will go to the profit and loss account if you are unable to recover anything from the borrower. ठीक है? Okay, so let us try to look at the institute question number 15. This will be a sail through now. Question number 15. On 1st April 2011, Sun guarantees a 10 lakh rupee loan of subsidiary Moon, which bank SDK has provided to Moon for 3 years at the rate of 8%. So it's a 8% loan for a period of 3 years to our subsidiary. Interest payments are made at the end of each year. Even if this is not given, you would have assumed that, and principal is repaid at the end of the loan term. Standard clause. If Sun Limited had not issued the guarantee, Bank SDK would have charged Moon an interest of 11%. So the value of time is 11. Sun does not charge Moon for providing the guarantee, which means the transaction happens off market terms. Ideally, आपको कोई रास्ते चलते मिलता है और बोलता है हाँ चलना मेरा गारंटी दे देना, विल यू गिव द गारंटी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट? पहले तो आप दोगे ही नहीं, बट इवन इफ यू वर टू गिव, यू विल चार्ज सम गारंटी कमीशन, एंड इफ इट इज नॉट चार्ज, देन द ट्रांजैक्शन इज हैपनिंग, रिमेंबर, ऑफ मार्केट टर्म्स. ओके. On 31st March 2012, that is 1 year later, there is a 1% probability that Moon may default on the loan in the next 12 months. 12-month probability for default. You might have studied this in expected credit loss. If Moon defaults on the loan, Sun does not expect to recover any amount from Moon. So that will be loss if Moon defaults. Okay. So over here, there is a 1%. I'm writing this in short, POD, probability of default. On 31st March 13, there is a 3% probability that Moon may default on the loan in the next 12 months. Okay, this is a 3% POD, probability of default. If Moon defaults on the loan, Sun does not expect to recover any amount from Moon. Provide the accounting treatment of the financial guarantee as per your favorite standard, Ind AS 109 in the books of Sun. Sun is in guarantee laws, you call this as a surety. SDK is the creditor or a lender. Moon is the borrower, or also called as principal debtor, and Sun Limited is a surety, the person giving the guarantee on initial recognition and subsequent periods till 31st March 2013. अच्छा, so इसका solution कैसे होना चाहिए? सबसे पहले the loan happens off market terms. So you will tell the examiner that since the loan is off market, you will have to find the fair value at the time of initial recognition. So if I were to find the fair value at the initial recognition, this can be found as the present value of interest savings, as we have written. Present value of interest savings. You guys tell me, had there been no guarantee, will Moon get the loan at 8%? No, it will get it at 11%. 10 lakhs into 11%, that is 1,10,000. However, because of the guarantee, it is getting it at 8%, and hence 11 minus 8, that is 3% is the savings. So 3% into what? Well, 10 lakhs, that is 30,000 is the saving in the first year, 30,000 in the second year, 30,000 in the third year. So if I were to find the fair value, I find it as a present value of future cash flows. Over here, this is the present value of the future benefits. The benefits I can calculate as 11% minus 8% into 10 lakhs. This is coming to 30,000. You can also show this separately. You can show 1 lakh 10 minus 80,000, that is fine. 30,000 in year 1, 30,000 in year 2, 30,000 in year 3. Sir, guarantee का से principal में कुछ फायदा होता है? No, I have to pay back 10 lakh rupees only, irrespective of the guarantee. And hence, I will try to discount this at the rate had there been no guarantee, which is at 11%, and that is, by that mechanism I can find the present value. Sir, can we use the annuity factor? Of course you can. So over here I'm just doing it by the longer method, 0.9009, 0.8116, 0.7312. This is 30 into 0.9009 m plus, I'm not writing the number, 30 into just a second, 30,000 into 0.9009 m plus, 30,000 into 0.8116 m plus, 30,000 into 0.7312 m plus, and your memory recall, this will be 73,311. This is the fair value at the time of initial recognition. Alternatively, you can always calculate this as 30,000 into the present value annuity factor at the rate of 11% for 3 years. You can verify it, you will get the same answer. Okay, so what will be my journal entry? On 1st of April 2011 in the books of Sun Limited, my journal entry would be something account debit to financial guarantee. Financial guarantee तो मैं credit करूंगा, मैं debit किसको करूं? Well, bank, are you receiving money? No. Why am I giving this guarantee without a commission? Because it is my subsidiary, and hence I'm indirectly, investment usually happens directly. When I give money, here instead of money, I'm giving service to my subsidiary. Like in joint venture, in your inter-CA foundation, you might study kitne baar co-venturers give assets. Here we are giving service, and as a result, investment in Moon will be debited. Our investment is not directly in money, but the fact that we have not charged money, that is our indirect investment. Acha. Now we come to the end of the year. On 31st March 2011, at the end of the year, investment का तो कुछ data देके नहीं रखा है, but for the financial guarantee, I'm just writing this in short as FG. इसको finish good मत समझ के आ जाना. This is financial guarantee, which will be measured at the higher of. We have discussed the rationale for all of this. The fair value. And how do you calculate the fair value? The present value of the remaining benefits. 1 year has gone by, 2 years are still remaining, and as a result, if you were to approach someone at the end of the first year and tell him to give the guarantee for a loan which has 2 more years remaining, he would say that, well, I'm helping you save 30,000 for the next 2 years, and hence this is present value annuity factor at the rate of 11% for the next 2 years. This is 1 divided by 1.11, एक और 2. Let's say this is 1.7125. I hope आपको present value निकालने को आता है. If not, then God save you. Into 1.7125. This is 51,375. Sir, ICI ने भी ऐसा ही किया हुआ है? नहीं. If you see the ICI, they have done a slightly different way, though you get the same answer. They say year 1, opening balance was 73,311, on which an EIR, which haunts a lot of people, but EIR का देखो institute ने entry नहीं मारा. So over here EIR is at the rate of 11%. So 73,311 into 11%, which is 8064, and one of the benefits have been earned, which is less 30,000, and you get the same closing. This is 73,311 plus 8064 less 30. This is 51,375. अच्छा, so ये institute ने ऐसा करके रखा है, just for your reference if you want. अच्छा, can I blindly take this as my financial guarantee? Well, usually yes, but what if this guarantee results in you suffering a loss? So over here, you will always compare this with the loss allowance. So your expected credit loss can be, well, 10 lakhs ka loan hai, there is a 1% probability that you will violate the terms and default, 99% probability you will not. And as a result, this will be, let us say, 10 lakhs into 1%, and hence this is going to be 10,000. Higher of the two liability hai. So अपन बोलते भाई बुक्स में higher of the two दिखना चाहिए. This is 51,375, but your ledger already has 73,311, and hence you will have to, on 31st March 2011, pass a journal entry. So I'm just giving you a reference over here for ICAI solution, but the journal entry on 31st March 11 would be, or 31st March 12, क्या होना चाहिए, 31st March 12, my bad. On 31st March 2012, your journal entry would be financial guarantee account debit. Sir, क्यों debit? Because our ledger is showing at 73,311. However, in our books, we should ideally show it at 51,375. That is a fair value. 73,311, which means 21,936. किधर जाएगा? Fair value through profit and loss account, which means this will go against the profit and loss account. No interest, etc. separately recorded. This will go against the profit and loss account. Acha. If you understand this, the next year should be a sale through for you. On 31st March 2013, if I were to find the fair value of the financial guarantee, again this will be the higher of, sub point A, the fair value, which is based on the remaining benefits. At the end of the second year, if you approach someone, you are asking for a benefit for the third year, that is 1 year only, into the present value factor at the rate of 11% for the first year. This is going to be 0.9009 if my memory is correct. So this is 30,000 into 0.9009, which is 27,027, or a loss allowance. Now you think there is a slightly higher possibility for you to default, and that's 3%. And if I were to take the average, that comes to 30,000. And hence you will pick up the higher of the two, that is 30,000. And hence अगर आपको अगर आपको ये चाहिए तो ये भी आप इंस्टीट्यूट के मेथड से ऑल्टरनेटिवली निकाल सकते हो, 27,027. So if I were to look at the ICAI method, your opening, there is year 2, in which case your opening would be 51,000, जो year 1 के end में था 375. Always you will take this number only, to which you will add the EIR at the rate 11%. आपको हमेशा यही लेना है जो आपका लास्ट क्लोजिंग बैलेंस एज पर द EIR टेबल है, और जो आपका फेयर वैल्यू के लेजर में आ रहा है. So this will give you EIR at 51,375 into 11%. This is 5651, less one of the benefits have been earned, and hence यहाँ पे less 30,000, and you will get the same closing. Sir, is it, that is not the closing that we will show in our ledger? No, that is the working that we have to take in that calculation for finding the fair value. So this is 51,375 plus 5651 less 30,000. So this is 27,026 or 27, that is almost the same number. अच्छा, अभी आपको लेजर में क्या लेके जाना है? So this is 31st March 2013, which is something which in your ledger is actually at 51,375. You have passed this entry, was 73,000 से 51,000 पे हो, you have to take it down to 30,000. You have to take it down to 30, not 27,027, to 30,000, and hence your entry will still be financial guarantee account debit. Financial guarantee account debit. This will be 51,375 से लेके आपको 30,000. सर ये बढ़ भी सकता है? हाँ बढ़ सकता है, अपने एग्जाम्पल में बढ़ा था. 51,375 minus 30,000, this is 21,375 financial guarantee account debit to, let us say, profit and loss. 21,375. Are we asked anything about 2014? No, we have been given no data, and hence we will end our working over here. Okay, I'll just show you what the institute has done just for your comfort. This is on your revisionary test papers. Question number 15 here. Okay, so they have given you some understanding. They have found this benefit separately as अपन 11% minus 8% किया, उन्होंने 30 निकाला. Again you will take it at 11% and you get almost the same number. Investment in subsidiary account debit to financial guarantee. As we said, they prepared this table and found 51,385. Instead we did it slightly differently. It does not really matter. I'm 100% sure that works. So over here you can see in the journal they've passed the entry only for 21,935. No mention of any interest, and rightly so because of the FVTPL accounting. Secondly, we took the difference between, so अपने भी 21,935 पे किया. Yes, हमारा भी entry 21,936 और 935 के ऊपर ही है. Then the last entry we have to take it down to 30,000. So the entry was guaranteed debit to profit and loss. We had to take it down to 30 and 21,375. यहाँ पे 21,385, a 5 or 10 rupee difference. Okay, so I really hope this video has helped. Let me know if you need any other help, and I'll wish you again all the very best. We'll stay in touch in the coming month before your exam as well. I'll try to be of as little help or as much help as I can. So in my own little way is the right way. In my own little way, I'll be of as much help as possible. Thank you very much for your time and good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.